I think I saw some of your work on TikTok too.
Yeah. I've done the cholo on TikTok.
Oh man,
Little Loco.
Oh man, Little Loco's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
I have not seen that. What is
man,
Little Loco?
Not a very nice person though.
What do you mean? As a sock puppet?
Yeah, no, he's an actual puppet. He looks like a cholo, Little Loco. Yeah,
I have to see that.
Yeah, you
Oh
gotta
man,
check
you
him
haven't
out.
seen Little Loco? Oh man, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll give you a little
I'm
taste.
also an entomologist.
Oh, like you're a expert on insects and stuff?
No, I'm an expert on tamales.
Like that.
That's one of Little Loco's bits. He's weird.
I feel kind of offended that he didn't bring like Little Loco with him.
I know, dude.
It'd be so cool if you bust
sorry.
him out, right? He's like, what do you mean? He just bust him out and be like, that's Little Loco.
Nah, we're not on good terms right now.
Oh, I love it. Wait, what?
You got to see the last video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Same time, same bad channel, right here on the Ef'n Sunny Show. Is this really happening?
Who do we have with us?
Oh my God. This guy, legend. Same rancho as me, probably. This man right here, they call him the Ray. That's right, the Ray of Light, the Perez. Give it up for Mr. Ray Perez, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. Entertainer, musician, el chingon. I like it. What's up, Ray?
How's it going, guys? Thank you. Thank you for having me here. It's great to be here.
How's your day been, man?
My day's been great. If I'm to be completely honest with you, I want to say it's been great because it's like rising up from the last couple of days that haven't been so great. You know, if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm coming up from the tragedy that just happened. You know what I'm saying? And so it was devastating to hear about what happened in Uvalde. And as a parent, as a father, I was crushed, dude. Like crushed. Like I cried. Like I don't know these people. I don't know anything about them.
That's horrible.
And I was just completely crushed emotionally. And today was the first day where I felt better. So, you know, it's just like any other come down, you know, like you come down, you hit a rock bottom. Emotionally, it felt like a rock bottom emotional place. And today was the first day since that news that I'm like, I hate to start on the fucking low drag note, man, but that's really
that's
real. Why I feel good. I'm
and having known you, man, you're all corazon. Like you're straight up, you're a real person, man. That's what I appreciate about you.
Ray, so I was online, man, and someone posted some type of video of your routine at South Padre Island. And man, I was like, I was blown away, man. I was like, this dude is extremely funny.
awesome.
And I was like, I called up Omar. I'm like, Omar, who is this guy? Because he is just hilarious. How long have you been in the comedy scene?
I've been in the comedy scene as mostly a spectator due to my position as an open mic host for a little over 12 years. So I've been a musician, just hobbyist musician with dreams since, you know, I was in high school or whatever, little high school garage band. And then I had the aspirations to become a musician because I've always written music. So I'm a writer at heart. And, but you know, when that doesn't work out, you still got to create, you still got to be in the scene. And so that led me to open mics. Like I lived in Austin for like 7 years. And when I came back to the Valley, I'm like, dude, I gotta open an open mic just so I can have some place to play and not have to like sell myself as a gigging musician. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I created my own avenue for my own creative outlet, like by saying, "Hey, dude, hey, bar owner, let me host an open mic here. We'll get people in here." Like, yeah, sure. And being a host for that a long period of time at different restaurants and bars and all that, having that practice of you know trying to come up with stuff on the fly and introducing people and trying to be witty, and also watching comedians as they were cutting their teeth and trying new material, it kind of gave me this this inspiration, like, hey, man, like, I could do this. And in fact, one of the first jokes I wrote was, I said, you know, when I first wanted to be a comedian, I said, you know what? There's only like 12 comedians in the Valley, so I only got to be funnier than 2, and I'm already in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? So,
I like that. That's right.
so I'm very much a novice. I'm very much new at this. You know, I do have the experience on the mic, on the stage, but as far as comedy goes, I'm very new. That's why the gigs that I have done, like the one at the Island that you saw, and then I've done one at London, and then I have one coming up at Brickfire Pizza and Mission on June 4th. It's like I'm very selective, and I've been kind of writing specifically to each gig, like, you know, new material. I did an open mic this past Monday, and I bombed.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I needed to. I needed to bomb because, like, by the end of the night when I heard all the other comics, I was like, oh, I want to sign up again. Like, I want to give it another shot. It wasn't the kind of bomb where I was like, oh, deflated and like, oh, I'm never going to do this again. I quit. It was more of like, hey, dude, you can do better than that.
For sure.
And it was good, too, because I don't want my head to get too big and think like, you can do this.
It's like Chappelle had that whole conversation where he's like, this isn't me telling jokes. This is the stuff you laughed at that became my set. And it's like, that's a very real thing for sure, man.
It is because you're up there pouring your heart out and some of it's not going to hit. You know what I mean? And that's why
it's funny to you, but it's like,
it's hilarious to me.
Hell yeah. I like a lot of your sets. You're real funny, man. You're real smart though, man. You bring it all together, man.
Thank you.
And what is like your comedic theme? Where do you try to draw some of your like comedy from?
How do I put this? I'm real. I'm just gonna fucking say it. I wanna do comedy from left field. A lot of material that I have is coming from my home life. So me, baby mama, and the kids at home, like hanging out, talking, having funny exchanges, like, oh my God, this is hilarious. One of the bits has to do with the child becoming like a hall pass. Like, hey, I want to go do a podcast with some friends. Takes 80. You know, and look, here she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real.
She's a human hall pass. I like that.
I ain't joking. I mean, it's a joke, but I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? She's right here behind me.
Where are you going? I'm going to Walmart. Yeah. So's good. So shady.
Yeah. Takes 80. Takes 80. No, come on. Me and my friends are going to be drinking and smoking. Take her. Okay, fine.
Hell yeah.
I've done a lot of things. I've done stage acting. I've acted on stage. I've acted in movies. But stand-up comedy to me is by far the hardest performance art that exists because the feedback is real time. It's in real time. If I'm playing a song that I wrote, I'll sit up there on the stage and blah, 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 blah. And people could be talking. I don't care. I don't hear them. I'm in my zone. But as soon as I finish playing, you know, and everybody's like, yay, and then you're like, all right, you get that validation, that satisfaction. But when you're up on stage and you're telling a joke and the real time response is not what you expected, then boom, the whole vibe like changes and the energy is like wrong. And then you panic and then it gets worse and then you go down this spiral, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's super freaking hard.
I'm just thinking about like different comedians where like they have the meltdown, you know, like one of my favorite is Larry David, where he's like, you're supposed to be laughing, shut up, you're at a show, you know, and he's like, it goes from like, everybody's laughing to like, oh shit, he's very serious and he's not funny any longer. Now he's angry. He's throwing stuff. Should we throw stuff back? Like, but it's funny though, the observational stuff is so real, man.
When I saw your like act, I was like, oh my gosh, like you are like the Rio Grande Valley George, what's his name? George Carlton?
You watch your mouth.
George,
George Thorogood?
I think you wanted to say Carlin. I think you wanted to say George Carlin. That's what I think you wanted to say.
Yes,
oh my
George
God.
Carlin. Yeah,
I'll take that.
Excuse me, I just got a phone call here. Someone has rolled over in their grave.
Yeah, I'll take that in a heartbeat.
That's cool though, man. Hey, Carlin, have you seen the new special that they released for him on HBO?
No, I haven't.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, dude. I can imagine.
It's really good.
I can imagine.
And I was seeing like your show, and I'm like, man, you're kind of taking that same like everyday stuff, the complaints that your average person has, and you're like, boom, like throwing it out there. And that was so funny.
Cool.
I liked it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Ray, have you noticed a difference post Will Smith slap? Or what are your thoughts? You know what? Let's put you on the spot right now. What are your thoughts on the Will Smith slap?
So it's funny because I come from a different side of the comedy scene. So I came out of the scene as a former activist. I come from that side. That's the scene I'm from. So even at the beginning, like when I was hosting at the Yerberia, there was a lot of issues about comedy and what could or could not be said, right? Especially now in the times that we're in, right? There's a lot of what people call, some people say, oh, there's some people that are just too sensitive that can't take a joke, and then some people say, like, you know, have some fucking class, you know what I mean? Like, be funny without tearing people down. Don't punch down. In other words, you can punch up. So my view's always been like, punch up. You know what I mean? They make fun of fucking assholes and rich people or whatever, not people that are already oppressed or beaten for their you know, preference. You know,
but you can always double down, Ray. You can always double down.
Being two comedians,
Yeah.
have you guys noticed like a reaction from other people? Like now people are like, you don't pick on me while I'm here, like watching the
I'll tell you
show?
this. I'll tell you this. And having been on the road, I think this is the first time it's caught like that. Like, because then you had the Chappelle thing, not too far after, or you know what I'm saying, a few nights after. Yeah. But that's been the case for like the last 5-7 years. Different people across the state have had problems with people coming on stage. Like, it's been going on for a while, but now it's like, oh wow, it became huge. Like,
I definitely am against that shit. Like, I'm never gonna tell a comedian at my open mics, like, don't say this or don't say that. But I have told comedians, and I've said it on stage, you say something stupid, we're gonna fucking judge you. You know what I mean? You're gonna stand there looking like a dumbass. Everybody in the crowd's gonna cringe, and that's it. That's what you get out of it. It's like you get what you give. If the crowd is a bunch of people from the LGBTQ community and all your jokes is like making fun of gay people and nobody's laughing, that's your set. Like, you made that choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your material.
You have that option.
Yeah, you have that option. You want to do that, do that. But don't get pissed and be like, fuck these people. They don't fucking know. They don't know comedy. They don't get it. Nah, dude. It's like, you don't fucking get it.
Well, it's at some point it becomes it's dynamite, man. You can have a controlled explosion, or you can blow everything up and see where it lands. Yeah. So you got to kind of have to like choose, like, how am I going to structure this? Yeah. It's like I know yourself, man. You know, and I've always liked that when you've hosted, you've given us that. Yeah. Where we have that, like, hey, man, you want to do a rape joke? That's your rape joke, but make sure it's funny. Yeah. Make sure you take people on the journey where they laugh. You know, they don't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, every one of my open mics, every week I have people, you know, trying rape jokes, trying school shooting jokes, trying gay jokes, and I mean, keep trying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And Ray, so what does the future hold for you, brother? Like, what's your comedy plans?
I want to keep writing. I want to get better at writing. I want to hang out with these guys. I want to watch them. I want to keep writing. I want to keep making people laugh. I mean, I have fun doing it. It's like, earlier I mentioned that comedy is the hardest of the performance arts, but I think in that aspect, on the same note, it's also the most rewarding as far as like adrenaline and dopamine.
Oh, for sure, yeah, instantaneously.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the high is just amazing, and at the end of the night, when you have a good set, you're just like, oh, like, it lasts days, dude. Seriously, it's like, for sure, it's a really good high. So I just want to keep getting high. The comedy high. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think people get that, how good that feels to have, like, even I think Raymond's right. He told me one time, he goes, it's harder to make a room of 8 people laugh than to make a room of 800 people laugh.
Yeah.
And if people want to follow you, Ray, or see like where you're performing, where can they contact?
Most of my social media interactions are on Facebook, so I'm at Ray Perez 956, but you can find me on Instagram, the same as at RAYPEREZ 956. TikTok as well. I do, like I said, I come from the music background, so I've got a lot of music online too. So make sure you guys check out my music. I got a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Ray Perez.
I'll never forget the first night you finally did it, man. It was greatness. You freaking, and thank you, man.
Can you tell us about your first night? How was it?
I've had several firsts. Like, I actually, one of the first, I'll tell you about one of them. I have my son, who's now going to be 22, and he's in the Navy right now. When he was younger, we were at a store in San Marcos, and he saw a puppet, and so he wanted to buy it. It was like a little chef hat puppet, and it was there at our house for many, many years. And at the beginning of this year, I found it, but the hat had torn off, so like it had hair, just regular like cuh hair. So I drew a little patch and put sunglasses on him, and I made him a cholo. So nice. I wrote a ventriloquist act with the Cholo puppet. His name's Lil Loco. And I tried it out for a little bit at the Gremlin, and it was cool. So that was kind of my first this year. Like I said, I tried it a long time ago at the Yerberia, and it was cool. Like I got a taste of it. But then I tried with the puppet, and that was funny. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my own stuff. So I don't know. I feel like every time I go up is the first time.
Well, across the universe, through the globe, and hey, man, thanks for coming out, Ray. Eres chingón.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you.
Nah, thank you, Ray. Keep it up, man.
Is he gone? Oh yeah, finally, fuck that guy, man. Woo! Took forever to get rid of his ass.